In today's lesson, we will be discussing point of view. Let's first talk about point of view in an informative text. I suggest that you start your notes on the left-hand page, as most of these fill-ins for point of view will make work a lot better if you start on the left-hand page. So in point of view in informative text, the point of view always focuses on the author in an informational text. So the point of view, also known as the author's viewpoint, that's how it would probably be known as in the FSA, is the unique combination of ideas, values, feelings, and beliefs that influence the way the writer looks at a topic. Now, in order to determine an author's viewpoint, you're going to have to do the following. First, you're going to have to look for opinions an author holds on a topic. You're going to see this a lot in persuasive writing. Next, you're going to identify details that suggest why they think a certain way. So any supporting details are going to show how they feel about the topic. Then you are going to recognize reasons offered in support of a certain view. And then finally, you are going to consider the way the author's background might affect their outlook. Again, with point of view in informative text, it's a little bit different than literary text because the author is really telling you how they feel about a topic, and that's kind of what their point of view is. Their viewpoint is how they perceive the topic. Now, in a literary text, the point of view is a little different. In a literary text, the point of view always focuses on the character or the narrator. So you're going to have to ask yourself, who is telling the story? Now, what you are going to do is the first page of point of view, you're going to have to go ahead and cut out and glue in this first little sheet that's on your packet. Now, it tells you first and foremost what point of view is. It says the perspective from which the story is told. So the point of view is basically who's telling the story, who is seeing it through their eyes and then telling it to you as the reader or the audience. Now, here's a couple of tips for determining what point of view is. First, you want to ignore any dialogue and speech unless it is the thoughts that are coming directly from the character's head. And you'll know this because it'll be italicized. Second, you want to look for pronouns. So this is going to identify whether it's in first person, second person, or third person. So looking for pronouns like I, me, us, we, you, your, they, them. And then third, if it's in third person, you're going to have to highlight all the thoughts and feelings in the passage because you're going to eventually have to determine how many different characters they belong to, which we'll go more into that later on in a following video. So let's look at the guiding questions. Number 1 says, how can we use clues to infer the point of view of a story? And number 2 says, how does changing the point of view impact the story? Go ahead and pause your video and try to answer those to the best of your ability. So let's go ahead and go over the answers. So the first question says, how can we use clues to infer the point of view of a story? Well, we can use clues such as looking at pronouns and character thoughts to infer the point of view of a story. The second question asked, how does changing the point of view impact the story? Well, if you change the point of view, it can impact the story by either limiting or adding information for the reader. If I change it from first person to third person, I'm now going to be probably adding some more characters and what they think or feel, and I won't be limited to just the one character, which would be first person, which would be the narrator. So hopefully now you have a basic understanding of point of view. Go ahead and watch part 2